Some stories are born from fear, while others are carved from truth. And tonight I'm going to tell you one that is not fantasy, but a scream that once echoed through a forgotten village, the tale of the creature they only dared call the Smiler. Tucked between ancient hills and lonely winds lay a small village, where days were filled with laughter, barefoot children racing through the dust, the smell of wood smoke and fresh roti. But when the sun slipped away, the laughter died with it, and a heavy silence fell, so thick you could taste it. And in that silence something came, not a man, not a spirit, something tall and crooked, with long fingers that bent the wrong way, and a face that had no eyes, no nose, no mouth, only a wide shining smile carved into the darkness itself. They called it the Smiler, and every single night one child vanished, with no scream, no blood, no footprints, just an empty bed and a mother's howl that the wind carried away. Parents began chaining their children to beds, hanging garlic and holy charms, whispering prayers until their voices cracked. But the Smiler only laughed, sound like glass dragged across bone, and stepped straight through every protection, slowly killing the village while it still breathed, turning children's laughter into memory and hope, into ash until no one dared speak its name aloud, believing even a whisper would summon it. Then came Saqib, a quiet young man whose little sister had been taken the night before, finding his mother, tearing her hair, and his father beating his head against the wall until something inside him snapped and he vowed the darkness would not win again. He gathered the villagers at midnight. Some refused, some wept. But one by one they stood with him and made a plan. A decoy child made of straw and old clothes, a cradle left in an open house, and behind every wall and tree dozens of men and women hiding in total silence, clutching torches, axes, and kitchen knives, for this would be the night of reckoning, with not a breath wasted and not a footstep heard as the trap was set. And then it came, gliding with the wind, soundless, taller than any man, its smile glowing like moonlight on a blade, drifting to the cradle, with crooked fingers reaching out until the world exploded into fire, torches roaring to life, villagers charging from every shadow as the Smiler screamed a sound of 1,000, children crying at once with bones cracking inside the noise. Yet the village did not stop, axes rising and falling, torches pressing against shadow flesh until it burned, and finally the Smiler collapsed, writhing and melting into smoke and ash that the wind scattered like black snow. The villagers fell to their knees, sobbing, laughing, praying, and for the first time in months dawn rose on the sound of children, playing again as chains were broken and charms taken down. While the village breathed, Saqib stood alone in the ashes, hands stained, a faint smile on his tired face. For he didn't become a legend, but the man who gave children their childhood back. But some things do not truly die. They wait, they hide, they watch. You're still here. Most people leave before the end, but you stayed. Maybe you're different, or maybe you love the dark just as much as we do.